Yo, it's your boy TK. I'm here with Nextup interview.
Got a couple millions in my bank. Making all this money, ain't no.
Yo, what's up, TK? Thank you for checking in with us today, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. So first, let's see how you originated.
Well, I originated from Puerto Rico. You know, grew up over there with all my family, and that's what made me who I am right now.
All right, so where were you originated? You originated in Puerto Rico, all right?
Yeah.
All right. So how is the music industry over there?
The music industry is a lot of competition. You know, seeing who's the best right now. You know, there's a lot of major artists over there that are overtaking the industry,
Right.
and there's a lot of underground artists that are trying to make it right now, but they're overtaken by a lot of big artists right now.
All right. So how do you feel about growing at the pace you're growing?
Well, you know, it's a little bit slow, but I've been like 3 years into this, so it's alright. I'm getting there, you know. And now with the people I'm with, I feel like I'm gonna get a faster pace of what I'm doing.
Right. So by faster pace, how long do you think it'll take you to get to the top or where you want to be?
Honestly, about probably 1 year. You know,
Right.
2022 probably my year.
Right.
Or tomorrow, you never know, you know.
Right, for sure. So how long have you been doing this right now so far?
The what?
How long have you been doing this?
I started in 2016. That'll be about 3.5 years, probably 3.5, 4 years.
Right. So how do it make you feel to have met the people that you've met?
Oh, great! It's a blessing, honestly, having a lot of people around me that have been there for a long time. You know?
Right. So a lot of people, who would you say actually inspire you to actually go full force in the music industry?
Well, like artists.
Yeah.
Well, the major artists that I listened to when I was growing up was then it came on to XXX Tentacion for Broward, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot of Kodak Black, Calle 13, Anuel, all those people who, you know, been in the struggle for a long time. They helped me go through that struggle as well with their music.
Right. So let's talk about goals. What are some of your goals for this year in your industry, in your music?
My goal is to make, you know, a platinum record. You know, make it to the big league. That's my major goal right there.
Right. Right. So how do you feel? What would you say will get you a step closer to actually doing what you say, actually achieving a goal that you set for yourself?
That's a hard question, but
Yeah.
you know, probably signing into a major label. That would be one of the goals that will help me get into that goal. You know,
Right.
That's probably number one right there.
All right. So let's talk about management. Do you actually have a manager?
Yes, I do have a manager, Ace Management.
Yes.
Tampa 36 Productions.
Yeah. All right. So how did that make you feel by having someone actually behind you, pushing you to actually go into the industry?
Like I said, it feels great to have many people around me that have been there for a long time. It feels great, honestly, and they're helping me reach my goals. You know, it's a blessing, really.
All right. So let's talk about style. Do you feel like you have your own style?
I'm getting there, yeah. I think I do have my own style in reggaeton and trap. You know, it's a mix between the two in English and Spanish. Not many people do that these days.
Right.
But I see a couple people doing English and Spanish type music, but not like I do, you know.
Right. So who's a couple artists that you think that you would say that you can like actually relate to?
Eladio Carrion, he's one of the top artists in Puerto Rico. He also sings English and Spanish, which is one of my most loved things about that artist, that he does both. He doesn't go into one direction like English or just Spanish. It's just sometimes he does both, sometimes he does
Versatile.
versatile. Yeah.
So, like, by him being versatile, is that something that you actually can say that actually inspires you?
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, let's talk about.
Okay, do you prefer to do your music in English or Spanish, or you?
I don't have a preference for every day. It's just a matter of the vibe that's in the mood that I'm in. You know, if I want to do English only, I'll do English only. If I want to do Spanish and English, I'll do both.
What motivated you to not just focus on Spanish music and to be versatile? What made you make that decision?
Because nobody really like did it for their like in their career. You know, they didn't focus on both. They just focused on one. So I was like, nobody does it, so why can't I? You know?
Do you have any younger siblings?
I'm the youngest one in
You're
my
the
family.
All right, so let's talk about music. So let's talk. What would you say is your hit single right now?
My hit single, probably Rich. It's almost at 4K views, you know, on SoundCloud. You know, it's probably my most listened song right now.
Right. So what would you say something that actually inspired you? What is the history behind that song?
It was just like in the moment song, you know. It was, you know, I was just thinking about getting the bag, you know.
Right.
And I just sang about that.
Right. So making that song, do you feel like you're a step closer to the purpose of that song?
Huh?
By making that song, do you feel like you're a step closer to the purpose of that song?
Yeah.
Right. All right. So what's the history behind you?
My history, well, you know, I was always a quiet kid. I didn't grow up with many kids. Like I was always growing up with like grown-ups. You know,
Right,
it
so-
wasn't always with the jits and all that. Nah, I was, you know, with the high school kids always since I was a child.
Right.
You know, because I never have all my siblings are 30, 20 years old.
Right. For sure.
So I was like 6 years old hanging out with people who was in already high school. So I never, you know,
Right.
fuck with that kid stuff.
Yeah. So do you feel like hanging around those people had a positive or negative effect on you?
It had a positive because I learned about life, you know, a lot when I was growing up.
Right.
You know, and I always learned that life is not easy.
Right. So do you feel like that's something that's one of your goals that you want to push out with your music?
Yeah.
Right.
In some of my songs, I talk about that. You know, it's hard, you know, having this lifestyle and having growing up like that. You know.
Right.
Okay, so do you feel like your music focuses on one age group or a variety of age groups?
I think it focuses on a variety of age groups because they feel the same way as I do. You know, young or old. You know, it's not a specific age group of my music.
If you could give advice to someone younger than you that looks to do the same thing that you're doing right now, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, you know, focus on what you want, and if you want it, go to it. You know, don't focus on one thing. If you want one thing, it's not enough. You have to have multiple dreams, multiple goals in your life. You know, that's what I would say to these youngins out there. You know.
Right. So what would you say is one of your biggest goals right now? Something that you really want to achieve? Not only in the music industry though.
Right now, you know, I want to be a vocal mixing master. You know.
Right.
I do that at my own pace too. So I will say getting better at that and getting better at writing my lyrics, you know, and be the greatest, you know.
Right. So what's the message to any of your fans?
The message I would give to my fans is never stop chasing your dreams and keep listening to my music, you know.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Right. So I appreciate everybody for checking in with Nextup interviews. Keep your head up. Thank you.
Right, and also go to all my social medias, tkhoshi.88 on Instagram and tkhoshi on SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Music, and all that. I also got a lot of projects coming in and a lot of videos coming in soon.